Good morning, Your Majesties. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you that are new here, welcome to my YouTube channel and happy day 20 of Princessgiving. I hope y'all are loving this series. Please let me know if you're enjoying it. I think y'all are. I've been getting comments like, I'm really loving this series, so I really appreciate you for the people who like it. And Annabelle wants to say hello. Now, before I get into today's story, which is chapter 19, Old Mrs. Toadland. The reason why I chose this series is because Adam McIntyre is going on tour and he actually inspired me to do this series. So thank you, Adam. His tour is called the Chronically Online Tour. So I will be meeting him on February 25th. I will try to vlog it. I promise you guys I will. Yeah. So let's get into today's story time. Old Mrs. Is it Toadland? Okay. Toadland. Okay. And it goes, in the Western restaurant, the handsome and elegant man whispered his loving words to the banquet on the chair, but he still couldn't control the sadness in his heart. Being blinded by sadness, Oswald was sober from a hangover. Although he had already seen the corpse, he could not guarantee that it was Vanessa herself. He has done something that is mad in the eyes of ordinary people. He had brought the corpse that had already been sent to the funeral home back again and sent for DNA testing. In the past few days, he had been feeling uneasy. The result was the same as Oswald had expected. Although the corpse was a female corpse, it did not coincide with Vanessa's DNA. This meant that Vanessa was not dead. What? Okay. Oswald sent someone home to apprise the basement's blood and confirm that the blood that splattered everywhere was indeed left by Vanessa. Go find someone to compare the bloodstains in the basement and simulate the situation at that time. Oswald gradually regained his rationally and made more and more deceived decisions. His subordinates were busy searching for Vanessa's whereabouts. Oswald drove to old Mrs. Toadland's house in the old-fashioned houses. In the countryside, there were still white flowers hanging everywhere. The old Mrs. Toadland was lying in a rocking chair, half asleep. Her health was already very bad. Old lady, where is Vanessa? Oswald's expression was very bad and his tone was not gentle. Isn't my poor granddaughter already dead? The old Mrs. Toadland said, as if she had completely accepted the death of her granddaughter. I don't believe it. Search Oswald, not force an elderly. I don't believe it. Search. Oswald cannot force an elderly person, but firmly believed that Vanessa was there. After all, the traces of life could not be hidden. A large number of bodyguards in black suits swarmed in and turned the house. Old Mrs. Toadland looked at Oswald in front of her. Vanessa has been very stubborn since childhood, and she has to get what she wants. I know she has offended some people outside, but she is still waiting. I couldn't interfere her decision. With a long sigh, the old woman fell back asleep on the rocking chair. Only Oswald, who looked angry, was left behind. Sir, we've already looked for a house. The bodyguard shook his head. We, we didn't find any trace of Mrs. Simon. Impossible. Oswald was very angry. I'll go find it myself. How could Miss how could his Vanessa abandon him so ruthlessly? She was even unwilling to return to her grandmother's place. Oswald kicked the door, his entirely body overflowing with his hostility. He looked at the old woman lying on the chair with an indifferent expression and disbelief. You must know something. Old Mrs. Tallman opened her muddy eyes, and berated. You are the one who forced my granddaughter to death. Now you still have to face to shout, and you still have the face to shout in front of me. You should return my granddaughter's life. Oswald took 2 steps back, not daring to believe the truth about Vanessa's death, but judging from her performance, she did not know about Vanessa's news. Tidy up the room, Oswald powerlessly dropped this sentence and returned to the car to rest with his eyes closed. To figure out Vanessa's matters, he hadn't rested for a long time. But after taking a nap, the bodyguard's voice woke Oswald up. Drive, go find Curran. Oswald rubbed his forehead exhaustively. Vanessa had been begging Curran to take her back now, to take her away. Now Vanessa had disappeared, and it was not wrong to start searching Curran. In a private hospital, Oswald stopped Curran, who was wearing a white coat. Where is Vanessa? Curran was not surprised by Oswald's appearance. Okay. He calmly held his glasses and said, Then, Mr. Simon, please join me in my office for a while. Oswald clenched his fists tightly and let go of them again. A seeping smile appeared on his face. All right, the bodyguard was left outside the door. Oswald sat on Curran's chair, carrying an aura of an emperor. Can you tell me where Vanessa is hiding now? Curran knew that Oswald was an arrogant person, but he didn't expect this person to be so sure that Vanessa was hiding with him. Okay. Thinking back to Vanessa's usually expression when she received treatment, Curran felt that he wasn't worth it for Vanessa. For such a man, Vanessa sacrificed her life. Perhaps Mr. Simon has some misunderstandings. Let me introduce you again. Curran took out a stack of documents from the cabinet. My name is Curran. I'm your wife's attending doctor. Stop pretending. I already know about the relationship between the two of you. You might as well cut to the chase. Oswald did not believe Curran's words. I'm glad that Mr. Simon has such confidence, but you have to take out the evidence. Curran liked Vanessa very much, but he respected her. He didn't want to ruin her reputation because of these non-existent things. Mr. Simon and I do not have any intimate contact except for the necessary treatment. I am responsible for my reputation and her reputation. Curran straightened up and handed the case over to Oswald. Take a look at this and you'll understand. Oswald flipped through the case in his hand. 10,000 of miles away, the weak woman on the bed opened her eyes. Wow. Okay. I'm going to save the next chapter for tomorrow. So if you guys are new here, hi, I'm Princess Peyton. Hit the red button to become your majesty and hit the bell notification so you're notified every time I upload a video. And I love you guys so much. You guys are the best human beings ever made. And you're the king of my heart and the song lyrics of Taylor Swift. And I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. Annabelle says she will too. Okay, love you guys. Bye.